like this tightness and compactness of the structure, and kind of like such a bearish sentiment on Russell specifically, that I'm thinking the rally is possible maybe like into this breakout.
That's very interesting, because I think of it slightly differently, but exactly the same in terms of, I like the tightness because for me, it's paving the way for a move.
Yes,
You know,
expansion.
it's tightening. This is the contraction point, and it's not. When you have a very tight trading range, we're not using the energy. It's not, expending itself. So this is building that causality. It's not losing ground by popping out, coming back in, etc., etc. The tightness itself is building cause, and that's very interesting, because if we do build cause, we could get a stupid bar that will pop out.
Yeah,
and that
and
would
it
be
probably will come like this, because I mean, if you're thinking about the sentiment that everybody's so bearish right now, this is when the stupid bars usually would come on the breakout, right? So they're gonna, it's gonna be a capitulation bar by the short sellers, because a lot of, short sellers, like in Bitcoin, we're gonna go through Bitcoin, and there were 70,000 short sellers that were eliminated by that, big daily bar that we had on Friday. And so you can imagine like the sentiment of bearishness that we have in Bitcoin, and therefore in the markets as well. So any type of stupid bar type of breakout, significant bar like this, will capitulate a lot of short sellers at this point, and especially in Russell, because it's so undervalued at this point. It's the weakest one. So here we might actually be better off trading Russell than even like NASDAQ or S&P on the intraday basis. Would you say?
Yeah. I mean, there's definitely causality. This tightness, this compactness is building something.
I like also, William, look at this. Look at this volume on the high-low test.
Yeah, I just noticed that you highlighted that. There's just a lack of supplying there. Now we're holding. This is displaying a little bit, although from a macro it's weaker, don't get me wrong, but in the immediate it's showing a little bit of strength, which paves the way for this potential move. It's got an awful lot for this market to do, though. We've got this wonderful level of structure here. Then we have this breakdown bar here, and of course this confluence area. So for the market to break through, and then directly above that we have this axis line and this breakdown bar. I mean, there's an awful lot.
Well, let me as usual put you in the very uncomfortable position.
Okay.
So let's just imagine that you and I are correct, and the stupid bar comes, and the Russell outperforms. So that's the call. Stupid bar as a breakout bar for Russell, outperforming S&P and NASDAQ, and then it comes to this breakdown bar. If we come to this point of confluence between like the downsloping resistance and the breakdown bar, looking back at this whole rally off this low at 1890 to about 2130, that's not an insignificant rally for the bear market. That shows, some kind of bullish stand right there. So what would be your assessment if that comes right there?
Well, how would you label this leg down? Because this is the high, this is the low. And if we were trace this here, it literally is at kind of the 50% mark.